Medieval Misadventures, Episode 1, Chinese Chaos. The steam engines and diesel engines were hard at work rebuilding the old abandoned search and rescue center. Everything was going well. In fact, the engines were ahead of schedule. A celebration was to be thrown once the rescue center was reopened. "Here's some more wood, Thomas," said Henry. "Thanks, Henry," said Thomas. "Put it on this track over here." "This Joby wood from Missy Island is working wonders," said Paxton. "It sure was nice of the Lockheed locals to lend us all the resources for the project." Down at Napford Station, Splatter and Dodge were in charge of collecting the decorations for the celebration. "Hello, Splatter and Dodge. Shouldn't you be taking the decorations to the rescue center?" "We're still waiting for one more item to arrive," said Splatter. "It's being delivered by an engine from China." Just then, a red engine puffed into the station. "Hello," said Dodge. "Are you the engine from China?" "Yes, I am. The name is Yong Bao." "And what is this supposed to be?" "It's a dragon, the Chinese dragon," said Yong Bao. "It sure looks real," said Sydney. "Yeah, but it's only made of paper," said Yong Bao. "The dragon's made of paper. I heard it's supposed to rain in a little bit. We don't want it to get wet. We'll leave it in the station and take the rest of the decorations to the rescue center. Then we'll come back when the rain stops." So Yong Bao shunted the Chinese dragon underneath the roof of Napford. "Well, I guess I'll be going now," said Yong Bao. "What's the rush?" said Dodge. "You don't have to leave right now. Take a break and rest your wheels. Why don't you stay for the celebration? We'll all have some tales to tell." "Well, I guess I could stick around for a while," said Yong Bao. Yong Bao nor any of the diesels noticed a yellow diesel lurking nearby. "Come on, Yong Bao. We'll take you to the search and rescue center. If I can just remember where that is." "Have you got any news to share with me, Jetson?" asked Diesel. "Work on the search and rescue center is nearly complete, and an engine from China brought a paper dragon." "A dragon? Show me where this dragon is." So Jetson took Diesel and Baron to Napford. The rain had come and gone, and Splatter and Dodge had arrived to collect the Chinese dragon, but they were too tired to finish the job. "We'll deliver the dragon first thing in the morning," said Splatter. "Good night, Splatter," said Dodge. "Good night, Dodge," said Splatter. No sooner had Splatter and Dodge gone to sleep when Diesel and his henchmen rolled into the station. "That's the dragon right there," said Jetson. "Interesting," said Diesel. "Perhaps I can use this dragon to help me get my revenge." "Pardon me," said Baron. "I'm gonna bring this dragon to life," said Diesel. "Really? How are you gonna do that?" "I'll use my magic," said Diesel. "But you don't have your wand," said Jetson. "It got destroyed during that battle with the steamies and the diesels." Diesel pulled out his spell book. "Oh, you still have that," said Jetson. "Let me see. Here we go," said Diesel. Diesel read some magic words, and after waiting a few seconds, the dragon moved. Yes, it worked. The dragon growled. "Listen, you. I brought you to life, so therefore you will obey me. Knock those flatbeds off the track." The dragon then rushed forward and smashed the luck cars to pieces. Splatter and Dodge were startled awake. What was that? Asked Splatter. The two Diesels went to investigate. Just some derailed log cars, said Dodge. But how did that happen? Asked Splatter. Suddenly, am I dreaming? Asked Splatter. Help! Cried Dodge. The next morning, Thomas arrived at Napford to find an incredible mess waiting for him. Cinders and ashes. He looked around at the derailed trucks and the destroyed station. Splatter and Dodge were nowhere to be seen. Just then, Yong Bao puffed up. Whoa, what happened here? He said. I don't know, said Thomas, but it looks like a tornado went through here. Where's Splatter and Dodge? Just then, Sydney raced in. Thomas, Yong Bao, there's don't let me forget. Think, Sydney, think. Oh yeah, there's a fire at the search and rescue junction. Bell and Flynn need your help. Right, said Thomas. We've got plenty of water. Let's go. And Sydney, Thomas, and Yong Bao quickly set off for the junction. When they arrived, Bell and Flynn were nearly out of water. Not to worry, I am here, said Yong Bao. Oh, thank goodness, said Bell, and they continued to fight the fire. That's it, we're winning, said Flynn. Soon the fire was out. Thanks for the help, you guys, said Flynn. But how did this happen? It couldn't be because of heat. We just had rain last night. Meanwhile, back at Napford, Den and Dart had arrived to help clean up the mess. Suddenly, Dart sniffed the air. Do you smell brimstone? He asked. Brimstone? Said Den. Suddenly, the Chinese dragon appeared. Dizzy Diesels, cried Dart. Run, said Den, and the two Diesels raced away as fast as possible, with the Chinese dragon chasing after them. First, a mess at Napford, then a fire, not to mention Splatter and Dodge are missing. Something is definitely up. Guys, run! Shouted Den. Why? Asked Thomas. Living dragon! Living dragon! Shouted Dart. Living dragon? Said Yong Bao. Yikes! Cried Thomas. Let's get out of here, said Yong Bao. The engines raced back to the Search and Rescue Center junction. The dragon then shot fire out of its mouth towards the engines. Hard right, shouted Dart. The engine swerved to the right and the dragon zoomed straight ahead. And it crashed into a tall tree. By the time the dragon got back up, the engines had disappeared. I think we lost it, said Sydney. Yong Bao, how could you bring a live dragon to our kingdom? It wasn't alive. It was made of paper. Something happened and now it's come to life. You know what? I think Diesel is behind this. Of course, he's the only one capable of bringing the dragon to life. It's called revenge, people. Well, we need to find him before that dragon finds us. It's a good thing Dart and I still have our crate disguises. Good thinking, Den. They can be our suits of armor. I seem to have misplaced mine, so count me out of this one. Alright, let's go find Diesel and shut down his plans for revenge. But where do we go to find him? So the engines went off in search of Diesel. And it wasn't long before they found him talking to Baron and Jetson. So what's the plan? Asked Den. Den, get back, said Thomas. He'll see you. Den quickly reversed into a siding, but he accidentally bumped some trucks. And they derailed and hit the side of a barrel loader, causing the barrels to roll off the conveyor belt. What was that? Said Diesel. Realizing they were about to get caught, Yong Bao raced around the corner and charged towards Diesel. Diesel saw him coming. He quickly turned the T-switch and raced away as fast as his wheels could carry him. Hey, wait for us, cried Thomas. As Diesel rounded a corner, he rammed some trucks that were sticking out beside him towards a set of buffers. They hit the buffers and they spilled all over the tracks. Ha! Get through that, steamies, said Diesel. Yong Bao, watch out, cried Thomas, but Yong Bao didn't stop. He kept going, and then... Whoa, cried Thomas. He quickly swerved down another line and Den and Dart followed. This way, said Dart, we can cut him off. The three engines raced ahead of Diesel and reached the junction before him. Diesel couldn't stop and he crashed into Thomas and went flying off the track. He tumbled down a hill and landed in a pile of crates. Ouch, that hurt. Alright, Diesel, we know you're behind our dragon disaster. You might as well give up. Yeah, said Den. What he means is, you're no match for us. That's what you think, said Diesel. Oh no, not him again. Dragon, destroy that blue puffball. Thomas and Yong Bao quickly dodged the flames. But Den and Dart weren't quick enough. Hey, we're okay, said Den, but their crate disguises have been burnt. The dragon continued to attack Thomas. Hey, you! You call yourself a dragon? Your fiery breath couldn't even roast a marshmallow. But before Yong Bao could back away, the dragon knocked him off the track. Yong Bao! Dart shoved a nearby freight car into the side of the dragon's head. This made the dragon very angry. Follow me, Den, said Dart. The two Diesels raced away with the dragon in hot pursuit. Hey, get back here. You're supposed to be attacking Thomas. Alright, Diesel, where's your spell book? Baron and Jetson have it, but you'll never get it from them. Oh, really? We'll see about that. Den and Dart raced towards a tunnel. The rain from earlier had loosened the ground above the tunnel. This way, into that tunnel. I hope you know what you're doing, Dart. When we get inside, honk your horn as loud as you can, said Dart. As soon as the two Diesels entered the tunnel, they honked loudly, and the ground above the tunnel gave way and came down on the dragon. Yes, we got him, said Dart. That won't hold him for long, said Den. Let's hope Thomas finds that reverse spell. Don't worry, everyone. I'm here. Let's see. Here we go. Thomas read the magic words just as the dragon freed itself from the rubble. Suddenly, the dragon stopped moving. Hooray! You did it, Thomas, cheered Den. The engines made their way back to where Diesel and Yong Bao were. Den and Dart could see that Thomas had managed to defeat Baron and Jetson. Curses, foiled again, said Diesel. Yeah, and I'll dispose of this, said Thomas. And Thomas threw Diesel's spellbook into a nearby river. That'll put a stop to your antics. So the engines put Yong Bao back on the tracks. They left Diesel, Baron, and Jetson derailed, and took Yong Bao to Napford, as well as the Chinese dragon. The other engines were there waiting. There they are, said Hero, the heroes of the rails. Diesel has been stopped, everyone, said Thomas, but now Yong Bao needs some repairs. And now we have to repair Napford, said James. Wait a minute, said Yong Bao. We still haven't found Splatter and Dodge. Hey, we're over here. The engines cleared away a bunch of crates to find Splatter and Dodge. There you two are, said Hero. There's my crate disguise, said Sydney. Are you two alright? Asked Diesel 10. A bit shaken up, said Dodge, but fine other than that. Just glad we weren't roasted by that dragon. After that, Yong Bao was sent to the works, and the engines went to work cleaning up the rest of the damage. In no time at all, Napford Station was repaired, and the engines could then get back to work on finishing rebuilding the Search and Rescue Center. At last, the day came for the reopening. The Sodor Search and Rescue Center is now officially reopened. The engines whistled and honked their horns in delight. After the celebration, Yong Bao got ready to head home with the Chinese dragon. Thanks for all your help, Yong Bao. You were very brave to face that dragon. Will you ever... Well, what I mean is... What he means is, will you ever come back? I'm sure I'll come back for a visit sometime, said Yong Bao. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Yong Bao, said Henry. Safe travels, said Sydney. And the engines watched Yong Bao puff away into the distance.